my beautiful angel babies. This is a what I eat in a week for your viewing pleasure. A couple of disclaimers before we get started. The first of which is that I am so not a breakfast person. I find when I eat in the morning, it just kicks on my metabolism too early on in the day, and I end up eating way more than I normally would. And then the next disclaimer is that I am not a vegan. I was vegetarian for 5 years, vegan for 5 years, for a total of 10 years. And now I just try to eat intuitively. I want to be able to look at a menu and eat what I think is going to make me feel the best. I can make a video about why I'm no longer vegan, but I'm not really about promoting an anti-veganism narrative. However, I do think I've struck a good balance in my diet because eating intuitively for me ends up meaning mostly vegan and vegetarian meals, occasionally fish, rarely chicken and poultry, and then even more rarely red meat. I also have a gluten sensitivity, and some of the things in this video, like the meat replacements that I'm eating, those do have gluten in it, but those don't bother me as much as like straight up baked goods do. So just a little aside there. So this first day was chock full of salads, which is my ideal. Right now I am having a kind of barbecue chicken salad without barbecue. I'm using a Morningstar chicken patty, onion, red leaf lettuce, and kind of quasi-vegan ranch dressing, which is just veganaise, dill, and garlic powder. For dinner, I went over to Matt's place and we had his famous falafel salad. We didn't have falafel, so we used a Boca burger instead. I will link below his falafel salad recipe because it is amazing and one of my favorite things to eat. We enjoyed this with a little bit of wine, and we watched the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World table reading for the anniversary. For dessert, we had cherries and strawberries. Okay, so got some craziness going on in my family life. So just got home from dealing with that and was just like, I'm so hungry. And so I had white rice and one of those Morningstar chicken patties with some red leaf lettuce ripped up on top, a little drizzle of balsamic, some hummus, and some cheesy popcorn. This stuff. This whole day was kind of a wash food-wise, and for dinner I just ate white rice and hummus, standing over the counter, eating both out of the container. The next morning I had some pasta that my mom had made with gluten in it that I didn't film for shame, and it didn't make me feel great, understandably. Later on in the day I had some gluten-free pretzels with hummus, and then for dinner I made myself and my family a little stir-fry with onions, carrots, broccoli. This was really nice. The next day I was still dealing with some family stuff, so I got a wrap from Starbucks, a feta spinach wrap that was really gross and made me unhappy, but I just needed to get something in my body. And then when I got home I had my coffee. Yes, drinking an iced coffee. This is just the coffee that my parents make with almond milk. I know that almond milk it's not good for the environment. I normally drink coffee black, but the coffee that they make here is not my preferred coffee, and it just needs a little something, but I do have plans to start making my own kind of pantry milk type situation, so I'm gonna start that after I finish up this almond milk that my mother kindly bought me. And this really amazing egg tortilla wrap that my mom and I found the recipe for on Nadia's Time to Eat on Netflix. That show was amazing, and these tortilla wraps are made with this like sun-dried tomato topping, which makes it so good, and I love this stuff. I love sun-dried tomatoes. In fact, I even used this in my dinner that night. I whipped up a little Morningstar veggie crumbles with white rice, mushrooms. My ratio of like rice to meat crumbles in this was off, a little unbalanced. I added some broccoli. It wasn't the cutest meal, but this is a very standard, like, you know, my go-to type of thing to eat. The next day I started to get back on track, and I started my day with a hot water with lemon. Hot water with lemon is an Ayurvedic thing. It's a great way to sneak another glass of water in your day before you start eating unhealthy things and drinking your coffee, and it also kind of flushes out your system first thing in the morning. For lunch I just had leftovers from the night before with an avocado and a little salad. I always make my own salad dressings. It's something I really enjoy, and when I'm just doing something simple like this, I'll drizzle it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and that's a really good way to dress up just a really simple salad. Again, for my ideal, another salad for dinner. I had a Caesar salad for dinner because my lunch was so big. And then I also had a little bit of ice cream, just standard old dairy ice cream. The next day I had a salad for lunch and a nectarine. And then for dinner, my mom made these really good like burrito bake type things. Mine had my meat-free crumbles in it, and I had it with rice and corn. The next day I had my hot water with lemon again. I'm working on perfecting my avocado toast, and I had this on Ezekiel bread, so sprouted bread, Ezekiel bread has been a great thing that I found with my gluten sensitivity. It really doesn't bother me at all. Sprouted grains, it goes through a process where the grains start to actually grow a little bit. This activation process makes it a lot easier to digest on the body, so if you have a slight gluten sensitivity, I highly recommend trying out sprouted bread. If I only eat it like sometimes, if I don't go like really hard in the sprouted bread, like eating it multiple times a day, every day, if I did that, it might bother me a bit, but most of the time it's totally fine. So on my avocado toast, I had some onion and some paprika. I'm trying to perfect my avocado toast recipe. This one was just okay. My preferred one right now is with sliced cucumbers and a little bit of feta. That is so good. And then for dinner, like this doesn't look appetizing at all, but this is so good. It's a macaroni tuna fish salad, and I used my vegan mayo for this, or my mom used my vegan mayo for this, with this Banza chickpea pasta. This stuff is my favorite. It has a really good like flavor. It's really tasty, and it's a great gluten-free pasta. I've tried a lot. Most of them aren't good. This one is really good. And I had that with a little Arnold Palmer. And that is what I eat in a week. I'm a really big snacker, so if it seemed like I didn't eat much in one day, I probably like gorged myself on tortilla chips. In fact, I almost definitely did, and didn't include that, again, for shame. But I'm really, interested in like food and diet and how that contributes to our overall health. So this is kind of a new area of videos that I'm getting into, and I really enjoyed filming those, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!